What's up, my people?
What's up, guys?
Welcome to Podcast X, Y, and Z,
Hey, guys.
the world's number fun video game podcast.
Episode
Caleb
number
Pearson and Andrew Matthew, episode number 8.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm
It's
Andrew.
exciting.
What's up?
That is super exciting.
How you doing, Caleb?
I am doing very well, my
Had a
friend.
good Thanksgiving?
I had a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Cool.
Full of love, full of family, and full of games, Andrew.
Yeah, I know.
I am shoulders deep in video games.
Every time I think that you're going to invest in a game, you say, I've gotten 2 more games.
Do you remember when I told you that at first I was not going to do any Black Friday shopping?
Yes.
And then I got Assassin's Creed.
and
And then I got Battlefront. And then I'm getting Smash Bros.
And
It
then you
just
got
never
Breath of
ends.
the Wild. So.
And then you convinced me to get Zelda. So
Wow, you are just swimming.
things are going well.
Yeah, no, that's
Things are
great.
well.
I love it.
My personal Wells Fargo account might say otherwise.
Well, that's what Black Friday's
Things
for,
are well.
man.
Yeah. No, I'm happy with my purchases and I'm excited to get into them,
Yeah.
dude. And that's something I want to talk to you about as far as our holiday, what that looks like and what gaming
Yeah.
can look like around that. But Andrew,
Yeah.
you finished a game.
I did.
Finally. About 30 minutes ago.
I did, yeah, like, right away.
And I finished it,
Last week?
Red Dead Redemption 2, about 5 days ago. The longest 5 days of my life waiting for you to finish that game.
Seriously.
How you feeling?
I feel good, man. It
Yeah.
feels good to be out of the grind.
Yeah,
That game is a grind.
it is a grind. And
What's
so
the-
we're going to talk about it spoiler free.
Spoiler
Okay.
free, no spoilers.
No
don't worry.
spoilers about the story. We're not going to ruin anything for you. We're
Nope.
just going to talk the general
Yeah.
response and feeling about this game.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, tell me. What did you love?
Yeah.
You loved it.
And I'm glad I got to play it and sit on it for a few days before you played it.
Yeah, I'm still like trying to process it.
Yeah, which is good. And getting to actually watch you
Yeah.
finish again,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is dope, right? Like, this
See
is
my
so cool.
reactions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my game of the year.
Yeah.
Okay. Because of how big it is, because of how much it made me feel. Now, we have already talked before about moments of frustration with
Yeah.
the game, pacing issues. We've mentioned that. And again, no spoilers. But it makes you feel like you're doing it and dealing with it.
Yeah, you're right.
In a way that no other game has, even our favorite game, Witcher 3.
Yeah.
We have said that this it feels more immersive.
Yeah, absolutely. It puts you in that world better than any other game that I can remember.
Yes.
You can feel for a character a lot of times, but this game makes you feel for everything.
Yeah.
The walk to your horse, the things. And I think that's, when we think about it, we've compared it a lot to like TV shows and movies, and we think about it like when we were frustrated with the tutorial, we kind of realized like they meant it that way. It was supposed to be that frustrating, and as the as the story goes, when we got to the middle and then we told you guys and we kind of talked about it like, oh, it kind of made sense, but now at the end of it, now that we can see the whole timeline of it, it makes so much, we just said, like, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And it's still, if Rockstar knew it the whole time, and you're kind of like, Rockstar,
Right.
you guys
Why
are
you
kind
doing
of
this stuff?
insane.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you look at it like just a narrative, just on a timeline,
Yeah.
from the beginning to the end, seeing where the tutorial started and how frustrating it was and the characters where they were and not knowing who was who,
Yeah.
to see it now, like, that's pretty cool.
And we discovered how cinematically driven this game was.
Yeah.
With the camera and
Yeah.
everything, a couple hours in or whatever.
Yeah.
That feeling I had of is this tutorial setting the pace and the tone for this game?
Yeah.
My hesitations began to vanish when I saw how cinematically driven and beautiful the game was.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel about the ending. That's the way I look at it as a whole now,
Yeah.
looking back on it. And I want to compare it to something.
Oh.
Okay, and I want to see if you can
Comparison.
if you can chase this idea with me.
I'll chase it like right there on the
Red Dead Redemption 2
Yep.
is your and I's Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory.
Ooh, take me down this rabbit hole, Caleb.
Here is the rabbit hole.
Okay.
There hasn't been a rabbit in it yet. It's a weird spot. Okay. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory
Uh-huh.
is full of weird, crazy, cool things. But there's
Wait,
also
wait, which one is that one? Is that the
so
Johnny Depp one? Or is that
how about we roll with the Johnny Depp one? We can roll with the original one if we can. It doesn't really matter. It holds up no matter the movie you choose.
Okay.
There are moments of craziness and action and silliness, and it's wild and it's cool and it's beautiful. Right? That movie's crazy. It's
Right.
imaginative.
Yeah.
But there are also moments of filler, where Willy Wonka's taken him from one room to another, and it's kind of slow and it's
Yeah.
building up to something. You don't know what exactly is going to happen,
Yeah.
but then it blows your mind, and then you're looking back at it, and you watch some of the kids in that film, and even in the old one too, when they're walking kind of like from room to room.
That's funny because that kid is a Western kid too. So
Yeah.
he's kind of
No, right,
like
yeah,
a cowboy. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike TV.
Yeah.
But I felt, as I look back on the Red Dead campaign, it felt like a tour through Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Ooh, I
I
like
felt
that.
like Rockstar
No,
was
I like
saying, we're gonna pace you.
Yeah, I like that.
We're gonna let you know when to let loose, and we're gonna let you know when you're gonna feel claustrophobic.
Yeah,
you're
but
gonna
you don't
feel
own this
tied down.
factory.
You don't
still-
own this factory.
You have stuff to follow us.
And you
That's
don't.
good.
It is your story,
Yeah, it's
but
good.
it's really not.
Yeah, it's not.
It's our story, and
Ooh.
that's what it felt like.
The more I sit in this analogy, dude, I'm really liking
It sits with you,
No,
right?
that is
It
so
sits with
true.
you. So that's the way I felt about it, and
Yeah.
it's cool that I'm out of the factory now, and I'm looking back and thinking, whoa, that room was my favorite.
Oh,
that
yeah,
room was my
that's
favorite.
cool.
When that person disappeared,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
Yeah, that's cool.
And this is ultimately the mystery and intrigue of this game, and I mean the development and build up to it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just what it reminds me of.
Yeah, and that's a hard thing to accomplish because you think about the way that it's presented, the way that it's marketed
Mhm.
in this world of open world games, RPG. That's a thing that people throw out hundreds of times a year in different
Yeah.
games. The idea that someone is going to hold your hand a little bit is going to make some people mad. But you think that Rockstar did that and they pulled it off is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
In their story to toe the line between you have complete freedom to do what you will, but also you're going to hear the story. No matter how long it takes, you're going to sit there, hear the story that we have to tell. And that, I think that's pretty powerful that it kept us captivated the whole time. And it was a grind at some points, but
Yeah.
like you said, like the rooms that you remember are going to be there for a while. Like some of the supporting characters, some of the quest lines that we were talking about, like
Yeah.
will stay with me. I will remember playing as Arthur Morgan doing this thing.
Yeah.
When I don't know spoilers, but just remembering these specific storylines. And it's interesting to me, and a point that I wanted to bring up is a lot of times, as you know, you're growing up with video games. Games become a little bit more and more immersive. You know, they always try to one up the last one, and you're playing. And if you think 5, 3, however long ago you want to think about games. You think about the way that the game gives you a story and the way that it lets you control within that story. And if you think back just a little bit, you think about free roam is a lot different. It's like you have a choice to press A here, and you're sitting on your couch, you're thinking, just let me drive the car around, or let me drive this horse. So you want to walk around the city. You're like, can you just give me a game where I can do this? I found myself doing the opposite in this game, in a good way.
Mhm.
Where in this game, you have the freedom to do that. You can go on your horse and you can completely just get rid of the cinematic. I was saying, just take me to the next quest. I want to see the cinematic. And that was something that it completely shifted in my mind.
Yeah.
Because countless video games, I'm like, I just want to explore. Like, I don't want to deal with these stupid characters and all these things. But this game, it's like, I don't want to ride my horse anymore. I want to watch these cinematics and learn about these characters like Arthur and Micah and Dutch. I want to see them because they're that good.
And Andrew, even now, in watching you go through it, I'm starting to realize our complaints were because we wanted more.
Yeah.
Rockstar's probably pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
If those are our complaints,
Yeah,
that we wanted more. Get me to the next scene. Get me to this. Get me to that. That's awesome. That's a job well done for them. And the biggest complaints across the board, Andrew, from other gamers and from whoever, and it's slim as far as people that didn't like the game.
Yeah.
Controls are clunky.
Yeah.
The menu system, inventory is clunky.
Yeah.
And pacing, and you and I have used that as far as storytelling arc.
Yeah.
But they mean literally left foot, right foot. Pacing is slow.
Yeah.
But that is where it's almost like this. You're interacting with this game beyond a video game.
Yeah.
I don't remember any sort of button mashing or cool combo I did with my controller.
No.
I don't even remember that I have a controller in my hand
Yeah.
because I'm watching this unfold.
Right.
It's the best of the Telltale video games with the choices and the decisions. I had no problem with the combat. I
Right.
thought it was great and realistic. I think this is the most realistic game I've ever been in. That if
Yeah.
I fall off my horse, I'm going to feel it like that.
You feel it
And I'm
in your
going to
gut.
hate it.
You're gonna think that you broke your leg.
Yeah.
Josh Kirby, thanks for joining the stream. What's up? He said, "Love the shirt."
Kirby.
Love the shirt that you got. We're glad that
Our giveaway winner.
We're glad that you like the shirt.
And
man.
patron over at patreon.com/Media Interactive. We love you, dude.
No, that's a really good point. Oh, man, I had something. I think that I think you're right, man. Like I think that you don't realize that you're holding a controller, that you're just like actually in a world.
Right.
And oh no, this is what I want to say. So when you said about like you don't remember the combos, what we were talking about is this is a story where you don't remember the cool things that you learn and the special abilities, the powers you learn about the character.
Yeah.
You literally grow up with these characters. You don't think like when we talk about our favorite game, Witcher, we're like, I remember when I got that skill and I could kill like 3 of those demons,
Right.
and that was so cool and that was so
Yeah.
fun. And that was awesome that we remember the combat being so fun and quick.
Yeah.
But this one, it's like you don't remember that.
Uh-uh.
I can't tell you the last gun I picked up and was like, that's a cool
No.
upgrade. You're
Yeah.
more like, I just learned that thing about Dutch, or I just learned that Arthur liked this. You know, like that stuff is like
Yeah.
what drives you, which is very different.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool, man, the way they did that.
And it still holds up that Witcher 3 is my favorite video game because it hits the video game notes. You know you're always gaming. You and I, again, had fun with the combo moves and the silliness of The Witcher. But Red Dead was like, we're sitting here and like,
Yeah.
whoa,
Yeah.
I'm frustrated by this. What is going on with this character? Who is
Yeah.
this guy?
Yeah.
Is this guy going to die? Is he not? Like, what is going to happen? And just and again, you and I are going to do a spoiler cast at some point down
Yeah,
the
get
road.
excited.
We're going to share our thoughts on the ending
Don't
and
worry,
talk
yeah.
about everything. It's going to be so good. But until then,
I gotta let it sit first.
yeah.
I just finished.
And I'm
Final
telling you, buddy, it ages well, like a
I know.
like a fine bourbon. Okay, it's
I'm already like missing,
yeah,
the-
no, and I'm
like-
gonna look back on it so fondly. Like it's insane.
but also there's more to look forward to because tomorrow 8 a.m.
Red Dead Online, Andrew.
Red Dead Redemption.
I watched gameplay today. I think you saw some as
Yes,
well.
I did this morning.
Uh,
The first thing I did when I woke
yeah.
up.
What are your
Awesome.
impressions on it or thoughts?
Yeah, guys, if you're listening, if you're watching, like, play with us. Play a lot with us. If you have this game, like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be so fun to experience this.
Make our own story in this world.
It's gonna be really fun. We definitely encourage you guys to watch. Yeah, so I woke up and it came out at 8 a.m. I watched some streams about it. I didn't get some of the intro cutscenes.
Mhm.
From what I saw, a little bit of it was you were escaping from prison and there was a prison guard that was in the story
Yeah.
of the game, which I thought was just a cool little
Yeah.
little thing because it just makes you feel like you're in a world.
Like here we are. Spin off.
And so I don't want to start controversially or anything, but I have to be honest with my listeners and with my fan community.
Yeah.
I didn't have the greatest time with GTA Online, and that's not to say that GTA Online was a bad game. It's not to say GTA 5 was a bad game at all. I thought it was a great game. There was just something that was off for me. It was just like I think it was the lack of direction, the lack of like
Okay.
story-driven thing. I would load in and then 14 explosions and a tank would come out of nowhere, and I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
And I don't think I played enough with friends. So going into this one, I was a little nervous, but it's story driven, man. Like there's things to do with your friends. You make your character, and you literally have to. This is like the best parts of the game
Yeah.
forever with people we love.
And the campaign does a very good job of preparing you for that idea.
Yeah,
And where, to your point, where GTA Online, I mean, it throws you into the world.
Yeah.
Like your character literally animated drops into the city.
yeah,
You're level 1 and you're all raggedy and you
Yeah.
gotta go steal your first car,
Yeah.
right? This is you have cutscenes once your character is created.
yeah. Right.
And I like that that's going to propel me into online. And again, this whole more than a video game idea of Red Dead, it's going to appeal to the GTA people because GTA is in its DNA.
Yeah,
Then it's going to appeal to those like you who didn't sit well because it's not driving around.
right. Exactly.
And
Yeah.
there's not going to be that culture of, I think, shooting spawns.
Yeah.
And there's no there's going to be a battle royale mode with
Which-
bows and arrows.
We
and
were right.
knives.
Like, let's just like sit here and be
Yeah.
like, our podcast. This is why you listen to our
Yeah.
podcast because we're right about
Yeah.
everything.
I know.
We called
you
this
know, I
thing.
should have known Rockstar like listen to
yeah.
but I gave him the benefit of the doubt.
No, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be
I'm excited.
because when you're playing the game in the first couple hours, you're like, a lot of this stuff, the campaign, you're playing it and you're like, I have to sit here and play blackjack. Like I have to sit here and go to the town. Doing that in a world filled with other real people
Mm-hmm.
is going to be incredible.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like going to play blackjack in the campaign because I was just playing against the computer.
NPC, yeah.
If I was sitting there in a cowboy uniform
In an Xbox party.
playing blackjack and someone pulls a gun,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
I won't have any more fun in my life. Like
Yeah.
that's it. Like I'm so excited.
And we can have a gang up to 7 people. We can find a campsite and we can go hunting, Andrew.
I'm gonna go hunting somewhere.
All right, we are gonna hunt. I'm so excited.
I just
for that.
want to like build a house.
we
and
can go
start ranching.
find our horses and ranch. Yeah. It's
Wow. A romantic getaway, Red Dead Online.
And that's the thing is, as I finish that game, I'm thinking, wow, I'm never gonna enter this world again. That's not true.
That's not true.
Now I can roam around as me, you know?
Yes,
Um,
yes, and that is, I think, the biggest takeaway of this game. And we've said it, and we're gonna keep saying it. Is
Mm-hmm.
the world is the most immersive thing,
Yeah.
and we love Destiny for the world. We
Right.
love
Right.
discovering things and going
Yeah.
to here and there. Red Dead, you're living in there.
Yeah.
You can't wake up from this. I see outside. I'm not in Destiny.
Right.
Red Dead, I lose my mind. I'm like, I think I'm Arthur Morgan. Like,
Yeah.
this world is crazy.
And they do just such a good job of the different locations.
Yeah. They really
And
do.
the vibe you get when you walk your horse in there, you're like, frick, like, I hate this place or I love this place.
Yeah.
And I know that there's a lot there.
Is there anything that you're nervous for online? Is there anything that has you skeptical or saying like, oh, I hope they don't do this? Or
I'm nervous that I will love it too quickly and it will not have the stamina.
oh, okay.
GTA Online for me was the opposite. I didn't love it at first. Thought it was clunky. Thought it was gross. I had to progress my own character to buy an apartment. What am I really gonna do that?
Yeah.
But I did it, and then I was heisting with my friends, and then I'm at the point now where I can go online and instantly do stuff, and it was so fun to do that and to get to that point.
Yeah.
Red Dead needs to grow online.
Yeah.
They have high standards.
Yeah.
GTA campaign gets demolished by the Red Dead campaign. I will get that tattooed on my
oh yeah, that's
for future children. Like, it's just so true, right? But GTA Online might be unbeatable in a lot of people's eyes because of how big it is and because of the rolling content. They tweeted, "Hey, we're so glad Red Dead is nominated for Game of the Year. Here's a GTA Online update."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We're gonna get the GTA Online snow update here in a week or two.
Yeah.
And that, for me, Andrew, is what holiday gaming has always been about. Every year, Tommy and Aaron and I would get on GTA in the snow.
Yeah.
And we would do stuff like that. So I want this holiday, amidst all the gaming, to be Red Dead Online be the spot, the go-to co-op spot. If we're not interested in a shooter and we're not doing Blackout and Call of Duty, we're going to hang out in, wherever, in Strawberry.
I think that's true. Yeah, I think that's like a good point too, is because we've put like over 60 hours into the campaign.
Yeah.
We've dealt with the ins and outs, the long. But if I have to go in there and do almost like a winter tutorial in the first couple hours, that's gonna be hard.
Now we get to only choose what we like.
Yeah. So I hope they gave us the freedom to do that instead of like more things to learn.
Right.
But yeah, battle royale stuff, like cool in-game world, and it's beta. Like
it's just a beta, so we have
a lot to look forward to.
We're a part of the development.
I think that you said some a worry, definitely, like I hope that this doesn't like end and like your character isn't gonna be there or something. Like I hope this actually matters.
Yeah.
I hope this is the game. But I know with betas you have to think about what they're thinking about, developers and stuff. But it's exciting. 8 a.m. tomorrow. For those of you who've logged in, there's like some weird.
So if you played the game the first 24 hours it was released, you can play it
according
tomorrow.
to their data. That's what they said. There were some people who bought the Ultimate Edition that couldn't get in. It's just weird.
Yeah.
But as far as we know, if you played in the first 24 hours, you can play tomorrow at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
The first 3 days after the 24 hours, you can play Thursday and then everyone Friday.
By the time you're listening to this, you can play Red Dead.
You'll be able to play Red Dead.
If you're listening to this soon after we record, that means you definitely bought Red Dead. Like, let's get real. So you'll be able to play it. I'm excited to do that. Holiday gaming, Andrew. Do you game a lot around Christmas time with breaks and stuff? Like, what do you normally do? What are you going to do this year?
See, okay, so to start with, like, what have I always done? To me, I've loved. Like, I've been the biggest person to say Christmas noobs. To me, holiday games is shooting.
Yeah.
Like,
Get the game before Christmas.
I love, like, I've always been about that culture. I've always been about playing Call of Duty games when they launched in the fall, and then when Christmas rolled around, I had so much chance to get so much XP because people sucked.
Yeah. It's always double XP.
It's always double XP because people drop in and they're just so bad. And so at the core of myself, it's always been a Call of Duty, Battlefield, or Halo kind of a time, like a shooter time. This holiday, I'm not sure. I think that Game Pass is continually updating. I'm interested to see what happens with deals around Battlefield, around Fallout. Fallout continues
I actually didn't
to
even think about that.
wrecked, which I get. Like, I understand that completely. But I think this holiday is going to be different. I mean, Red Dead Online is probably going to be... I think that we'll be playing Blackout for sure to take advantage of Christmas noobs. But the holiday game, like what we're talking about in these big open world games, I think that holiday gaming for me is a little bit changing to... I want to have some more single player campaigns to play through and some cool stories and some cool characters to learn about. What about you?
Yeah, flip side of that, honestly, I'm looking forward to couch co-op Mario stuff.
Oh yeah,
Smash Bros.
You got the Switch, so we're ready for that.
Yeah, and personally and individually, solely, Assassin's
So-
Creed.
Oh yeah, no,
That's going to be my single player venture
Yeah.
for Christmas, at least in my mind right now.
yeah.
I don't really see anything else taking control of that. I'll have finished God of War by the Game Awards next week.
Yeah.
Uh,
Game Awards, don't forget to vote. Your
Yeah.
vote matters.
Yeah, I'm excited, dude. I'm excited for that. And so what's interesting about the Game Awards, though, real quick, Andrew, is it's 90% jury, 10% audience.
Interesting.
So it's weighted, like our vote matters, but not as much as the outlets.
So do you think that changes the idea of like God of War winning?
It is in favor of God of War.
Really? The
I
jury?
promise you, yeah. Because
Why?
the jury is full of people that have played all games.
Yeah.
Gamers, you're cutting the gamer base in half for God of War because it's only on PS4. No Nintendo or Xbox player is going to vote God of War as Game of the Year unless their brother has a PS4 or they're like me and they wasted all their money on it.
Yeah.
The jury,
Yeah.
they play all these games. They are IGN, GameSpot people. God of War wins. I'm telling you.
Oh, that's good.
It's a people think it's flawless. I know it's flawless. I just don't like the game genre more than Red Dead. Open world online, that's my game of the year because we already talked about that.
Yeah.
But I think because of that, if it was up to the audience, Red Dead would win due to people not playing God of War. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, it does. It's so interesting to me because this is like I can see that. I almost see it as like the idea of like a big blockbuster movie getting more tickets sold, but then losing out to some weird third party indie movie. Not to say that God of War is just but Red Dead is like the highest selling game in the first weekend. So that's what's just confusing to me because I'm like I've heard that God of War is perfect and people are like play it.
Yeah.
But then Red Dead comes out and it's like no other game is ever gonna touch those sales.
Right.
And it's like
and
I don't know. It's just hard.
It's interesting. But I mean,
poor Spider-Man.
I mean, nobody. Right. Spider-Man's getting trounced, honestly. But like Call of Duty sales are through the roof, and that's not gonna win.
No, you're right. You're right.
And critics rave about Red Dead, but gamers, a lot of people have problems with it.
You're right.
You and I had problems with it, and some of the problems we encountered caused people to not play it.
You're right. That's
God of War.
That's the
everyone that played God of War loved it.
Yeah.
The Metacritic user review is the exact same as the professional review. It's like a 9.5 or something, 9.2 or something. Red Dead is like critics give it a 9.5, users are like a 7 because people are upset.
It is interesting to me, just
It's
briefly,
weird.
that people do really love that style of game, like the Tomb Raiders, God of Wars.
Yeah.
Walk around, try to figure out it's an interesting style of game. I think it's like reminiscent of like old Zelda games.
Yeah.
Where you're like open world, but you're more so in a room trying to figure out that room.
It's so linear.
It's very linear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've just always grown up with like shooters, so like it's a little different.
No, I'm the same way.
Yeah, but no, the Game Awards would be really interesting.
I think so,
either
so.
way, like to see that the Game of the Year edition comes out for these games, like it's gonna be so interesting.
And people cater their voting. So if I vote God of War Game of the Year, I'm gonna give Red Dead the other stuff.
Yeah.
So there's strategy involved.
Yeah.
Whichever one wins Game of the Year wins less awards.
Yeah.
That night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No game needs to get Game of the Year and game design and music and production and blah 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 and voice acting, right? You want to share the wealth a little bit. You want to spread out.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what happens, but I'm telling you, based on the podcast I've listened to, based on what everyone is saying, Red Dead is great. God of War is going to be Game of the Year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is wild. So, and then Fortnite's going to win all the third-party awards, but.
Fortnite is just gonna have.
But yeah, no. So honestly, holiday gaming is just gonna be wrapping my head around all of these games.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned Battlefield.
Yeah.
I do want to get my hands on it. I just don't know when or how.
Yeah.
I can ask for it for Christmas, I guess, but my mom's still pushing this whole give Santa a Christmas list thing. Freaking 22 years old, but whatever.
She listens to this podcast, by the way.
It's free stuff. So.
Yeah. No. I think that Battlefield is not gonna be fun if I just get it by myself.
Yeah.
I think like. Just realizing, like, if I just, like, load up Battlefield 5 right now, and no one else is playing, like, I probably won't have fun.
Yeah.
It'll only be fun if, like, 13 other people are like, yo, I just got Battlefield.
Squad
like,
up.
This World War II.
And that's what I've been pushing with our friend group, man. If we can get all behind a game, it doesn't matter how bad it is, we would have fun. But
Red Dead Online.
Yeah.
8 a.m.
Yep. So I'm sure we'll be able to, when we do a spoiler discussion of the campaign, we'll also talk about our online stories, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely.
It'll come out for sure. Andrew, I want to finish off this podcast by looking forward a little bit. What are we most excited for in 2019? And my answer to that question is a game called Anthem.
Yeah.
Okay. It's coming out in February.
Yeah. Amidst
a busy month of Crackdown and Days Gone, I think is the Sony platform exclusive for PS4. There's a
Kingdom Hearts.
And Kingdom Hearts 3, right? Is that in February?
That's January.
Okay.
I'm gonna fact check.
Right.
You
No,
keep
yeah, go ahead.
talking.
No, fact check. That's fine. But point being, it's a busy winter and spring, more so than we've seen.
January
before.
25th.
January. There you go. Okay. So, and again, if it comes out January 25th, I mean that's a February game. You know what I mean? People are gonna be playing that thing.
Okay, alright. Yeah, no,
So-
you're right. You're right.
So yeah, but Anthem.
Yeah,
there's 45 minutes of gameplay.
I don't know if you're aware, they put up another one, and they're doing this weekly. They did one with
Okay,
customization.
yeah, okay.
They did.
And I
that
saw
one.
more and more piling in
They're
from
doing
the
another one.
developers themselves. This game is effectively third-person Destiny
Yeah.
meets Evolved. I don't know if you ever remember that Monster Hunter
Yeah.
game.
It was free for them, so I downloaded it.
I did too. Yeah, not a fun game
No,
for me.
no.
But Anthem looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm more intrigued than I am excited.
Yeah.
But when I look at 2019, that has my focus.
Yeah. So two things on that first.
Uh-huh.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
The first thing is it's very interesting to me that they are streaming this game like pre-alpha.
Yeah.
And because on that stream, at one point, the guy was like, I just found a game-ending glitch. And then at one point, he did the alt, like the superpower for that one character, and it said the writing on the game wasn't finished. It was like, you can send rockets or something. Like, the game literally said the words or something. He said, like, haha, that will never be in the game.
Yeah.
Can you recall a time in which a game streamed that early on with, like, that shakiness? Like, I've seen trailers and I've seen, like, footage, but the idea that they're playing through it so early, it's pretty cool to me.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool that it's risky.
Right.
Because you're showing something that is not the game, and if people don't see it and don't know that it will change, they're not gonna buy.
Right.
But at the same time, it's very. I just think it's a cool strategy. I don't know if
Man,
that's new for you or
no.
it's
So
just weird.
it is new for me in a good way. I
No,
think,
yeah,
Andrew, because
absolutely.
if it is happening before release,
Yeah.
praise the sweet Lord.
Yeah,
And this is what people ask for. You
Yeah.
say, "Man, I wish I was behind those
Yeah.
developers' doors."
yeah,
I wish
exactly.
That's what this is.
Yeah, I
So
thought it was
we have the right. I
fascinating.
mean, they're 3 months out, giving us hour-long gameplays weekly. I'm gonna know the game by launch, so they must be confident or humble enough to say, "Here's the game."
I was really excited about it. I thought it was a really cool way to talk to the fans and say, like, I just found something that will end, or this isn't finished yet. And the second thing I wanted to say real quickly before we talk about thoughts is I was reading a lot of the comments,
Yeah.
and people were saying it looks like a Destiny meets Division in a bad way. Like, it looks like Division grind, like you're just like walking around with friends trying to do missions.
Okay.
Now, that's just what
Yeah.
what I've
Right.
seen in the comments. Now let's talk about our
Yeah.
thoughts. From the first time I saw Anthem, I said, that looks amazing.
Yeah.
I want this
I did too.
immediately.
Yeah.
Just the first trailer that they had, the immersive world, the flying, you go underwater, you go through these rings, and then two other your friends come and they look completely different and they have different skills. I'm just like, I need this right now.
Yeah.
Like a drug, I just need it.
Yeah.
As things start to come out, I'm realizing I don't understand the story. They haven't said anything about the story, which is interesting to me. I guess they're, holding that in their pocket, but it makes me a little bit worried just because when they did the 45 minutes of gameplay, it was just this free play mode. It was just like,
Yeah.
just roam. And it was just like, okay, that's cool, but for 45 minutes, like, why are you doing it? Almost like,
Right.
where are you getting? And I get that's like a whole thing, like people love exploring, people love doing those things. I
Yeah.
thought the combat looked cool. The one guy, like his gun just wasn't really that great. But the combat
Yeah.
looked really fun. The idea that he was like in the air the whole time
Yeah.
and like
just moving around.
Movement looked
Yeah,
really
yeah.
fluid.
It was like Titanfall, but it lasts way longer.
Yeah, exactly. But I was
Yeah.
just kind of like, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
Like with Destiny, you kind of knew, like, oh, we have to go get this, or like we gotta do this. But with that, like, I don't know the story. Like, why are they there? Where are these aliens coming from? Like, what's going on? Which will be revealed.
Yeah.
That was just my thoughts. What about you? What do you think about the gameplay?
If Anthem takes Division gameplay and combines it with Destiny's story, we have a massive problem on our hands.
Yeah.
Destiny 1's story was non-existent, and Division 1's gameplay, I'm sorry, it was not there for me. It was dull.
It's there for like 3 people,
And
like,
that's
there's
what's
such a small
ironic
percentage
is,
of people. that
guess
are
what comes out this 2019? The
Division
Division 2. And I love that no one really, I mean, people are excited for it. There's a core
there. Yeah,
base.
there is.
They would need to wow me in ways I can't even comprehend. And it actually comes out on my birthday. I don't even want it.
Oh.
It's my birthday. It's my day.
Oh wait, would that happen in the first one?
Yeah.
Where you got on your birthday?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
they
like-
did
it's the cycle. You know how,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The days change, but then it comes back around.
Oh, that's
That
cool.
whole,
Yeah.
Earth.
I didn't know that they released on the same day. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh wow, it must be a great game then, Andrew. Let's go buy it.
I think
But-
Destiny came out on our
But
birthday.
here's my main point. If they can combine Destiny gameplay with the Division 1 story
Yeah.
idea, that game would be freaking awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
And I have no reason to think otherwise after seeing the gameplay. I'm excited to try it. I do think it will mean the world to do it co-op. Single player, I played a couple hours of Titanfall 2's campaign. I was like, this is lonely. Like,
It gets lonely
Titanfall
quick.
gets lonely. Titanfall gets lonely.
Yeah.
It's a good game. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I could see Anthem being not fun alone, but if
Yeah.
we're together zipping and whipping around, like that world was Avatar-esque,
Yeah.
and that excited me.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm looking forward to. And the media fanatic in me, the E3 hype doesn't exist this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to mostly look forward to a game release, Q1, Q2,
Yeah.
2019, especially with consoles being apparently, whispers until fall 2019 and beyond.
Yeah.
I think that's what we got.
Yeah. It's so interesting because I feel like everyone is continuing on this trend of Destiny, Division, Anthem, these kind of games, and they're really fun right away, and then they get clunky, and then 3 years later they become good again.
Yeah.
That's what I've seen with Destiny. That's what I've seen with Division. Division didn't work, and then you realize that people were actually playing way later than they did.
Yeah.
But we've always liked the the space kind of idea with Destiny, and I think that Anthem does that really well in a very pretty way. It looks less fantasy than Destiny, even though there's aliens, which I thought was a
I
cool
agree
thing
with
that
that.
they pulled off. I almost was like, is that Earth?
Right.
Like, weirdly,
with grass and robots, it's doable.
It was like,
Yeah.
is that Earth?
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
still felt very fantasy-esque, and I like that because I didn't really like Division walking around New York City. It was just boring for me.
Yeah, no, for
It
sure.
was just too real.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I thought they showed off the skills and the enemies really well. It looked like a challenging game. They had a tough time, and I'm excited for that.
They had a tough time,
They had
for
a tough time. I thought the world events seemed very entertaining. It wasn't just go fetch this and then go home. It wasn't like a Fallout 76 quest. It was activate this and then defend this and then go fly through these things. The movement is they really got something there with the movement. So I think the streams are coming out weekly. You guys should check out Anthem's Twitter. And we'll update you as the stuff comes out because I think they're doing stuff regularly, which is exciting.
And I love the way they're doing it, and I love that they're doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Cyberpunk 2077,
Ooh,
nobody knows when that's coming out. So
Project Red.
I can't be excited for it this year because it might not be this year.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm excited for the PS5 this year because it might not be this year.
Dude.
Anthem, Kingdom Hearts. I mean, Crackdown 3 I have issues with
It's
just
gonna
because
be
they
on
got
Game
delayed.
Pass,
Yeah.
Dude, Cyberpunk is gonna make me nervous because that's like The Witcher's success.
I'm nervous, and we actually haven't even touched on our thoughts on Cyberpunk.
Oh, wait, we
we're
watched
Witcher 3 fanboys, and we watched the hour-long thing.
Was that before we ever podcast?
That was way before we podcasted, yeah.
Guys, you didn't hear? Wow! Go
Well,
watch the Cyberpunk footage.
Yeah,
it's
I think it's the E3 footage, right? They did the full hour at E3.
I think it came out after. Or you might be.
No, you're
probably-
right. It was after E3.
I think it was after.
It was. I think you're right. Because they just released it out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
online. Yeah.
No, if that came out in 2019, I'd be so nervous. I think I would lose sleep. See, you guys think, oh, Andrew, you're being dramatic. Like Witcher 3,
And we've hinted at that, but we probably need to post something about our Witcher 3 stuff.
it's just like
It's a big part of our life, Andrew.
It was such a gaming experience for us. Like it combines the best parts of gaming and CD Projekt Red. If you're listening, you're never gonna listen, but you're amazing for that. Like you've handled it perfectly. But now this new game comes and you're trying to do something different and better and over the top, and it's just like at this point everyone's just trying to one up each other. Like I like The Witcher because they weren't trying to one up anyone. They were just saying like we've got a good game. Cyberpunk, they're trying to flex that a little bit. They're like, look how big this is. Everything, there's no loading, blah blah blah. This huge game. Like I'm nervous.
When an underdog comes out of nowhere and makes Witcher Wild Hunt, and then has everyone's attention,
Yeah.
as with like great power comes great responsibility.
Great
Like,
responsibility.
so I am nervous, and again, like that whole vibe doesn't sit well with me. Like I lean more Witcher fantasy, Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
than I do. What would it even be?
Steampunk. It's like
Robot dystopia,
Yeah, robot
steampunk,
yeah.
Daft Punk. Like, That is what it reminds me of. So we'll see. That whole hour-long gameplay thing was mostly just weird.
It's also weird because
and also they were like, this is not
they're
this is not
robots
the
and
real
it's
game.
like they're like a
It's gonna
mature
be different.
company. They
It's
make
just
mature
weird.
things, and you're like,
It was
this
very-
is
It's like a weird iRobot dream.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But again, that's down the road.
yeah,
So we
no, it's
don't-
down the road.
all that stuff is not concrete, so it'll be cool to see. But dude, I'm so excited to just finish out 2018 with the Game Awards, with the rest of these games. Sit on Red Dead a little bit, finish God of War, play Assassin's Creed. If I get my hands on Battlefield, I will have played every AAA release
That's crazy.
this fall, which would be the first time I'd ever been able to say that,
That's insane.
which is insane. But that's awesome.
That's the blessing of podcast life, guys. We get to do this, and you guys encourage us to play more games.
Yeah,
That's what we love to do.
Straight up.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited to close out the year. I'm excited for 2019. I mean, like,
Yeah.
this year has been full of surprises. Like, I've loved, like, the drama with Battlefield. I thought that was just so funny. And,
Yeah, yeah. What a
just to think,
what a ride.
like, if you enter 2018 and you told me that, I'd be like, no way. Battlefield 1 did great. Like, the next Battlefield game is going to be amazing. And I want to
Right.
believe this. But there's been a lot of surprises and twists and turns in 2018. I'm completely excited. I'm going to be buying Kingdom Hearts day one. I haven't played all of the other ones completely, but it just brings nostalgic things up for me.
Yeah.
And I love, like, Disney,
Yeah,
Pixar worlds and, like, playing and then, like, dude, I'm so excited. I'm
That's
so
good.
excited to
That's
play,
good.
like, Mickey and Goofy and stuff. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of really great things to look forward to. And, like, the future of E3, the future of gaming is
Yeah.
hanging in the balance right now.
Yeah.
So and whatever like comes out of the back door, like Witcher, like just shows up and is like, hey guys, we're gonna have a great game.
Yeah.
So
For sure. It's cool
that's
to see.
that's that, man.
Cool to see. Andrew, we're finishing out the month. We're gonna do podcast remastered.
Right after
Here
this,
shortly.
guys.
We'll be releasing that later this week, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Next week, Andrew, we have a guest.
Oh yeah, man. We're so
Podcast
excited.
X, Y, and Z has a guest.
Write it down, guys.
Dear old friend of ours,
Mark the date.
former teacher and best bud, Jason Yuri.
Jason Yuri will be
Stopping
on this show.
by.
He's gonna be here talking to us. Our first ever guest.
And we haven't figured out the logistics of the room, but he'll be like
you'll be like,
yonder.
yeah, you'll be.
He'll be front and center in the mic. He's older, therefore wiser. He's got a lot of good gaming stories, and we want to hear a little bit from him. Get some outside perspective. We'll run through some news and stuff as well. But yeah, lots to look forward to, man. It's
Yeah,
exciting.
guys, get excited. We're
We'll do another
excited.
T-shirt giveaway next month, and we'll do a bunch of streams and stuff. And
Yeah, with Reddit Online and stuff coming out,
Yeah,
and
and-
with cable, all these games that we
Yeah,
got.
I
exclusive
got-
stuff.
I'm playing older games now, like Assassin's Creed, not old, but it's been out.
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild's old, but I
Yeah.
also have Smash coming end of next week, so I'll have
Yeah,
that
buddy.
out too, and we'll share our thoughts on that. But yeah, thanks so much for listening, dudes. Feel free to reach out to us on social media.
yes, please do.
Hit us up
On Xbox.
Also, shout out to a buddy, Derek Lyons. He is the man on YouTube and Instagram. He does a really good job talking about some of this stuff as well. We would love for you to check out our homepage, patreon.com/mediainteractive. Everything we do is posted there, as well as just subscribe to our YouTube. That
Yeah.
helps a bunch. Everything we do will go there as well.
We'll
But
hopefully be like live tweeting the Game Awards and
oh yeah,
talking through
yeah,
some stuff.
for
So
sure.
please
for sure.
tune into our social media. Let us know
Yeah.
what you guys think.
Yeah.
And
Coming up next week.
yeah, get excited, guys.
Get excited. Much love.
Much love.
Don't you guys
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
keep on gaming.